a GT, but and everybody know we run the country. Lord, we out a GT, but and we got the GT money.
But we just rum dance all and we pop party. Kapanch and Cracker Jack, we in a category. And anything we do, the radio station have a play. Cause people in the party just a ball, hooray. We from GT and then we love ladies. And them rush we when we come a party. But look, we jump on your mic, we make your party alright. I read them while we sing it, make you bubble and think. Cause
we out a GT, but and everybody know we run the country. Lord, we out a GT, but and we get the GT money. I saw me bound to grow, me say, in a presence. Since I was a youth, I was a ram dance man. Bound to grow in a Victoria. In Granny say, boy, you better be a singer. Have a house, me say, in a presence. Watches have a house of Victoria back dam. Have a mini bus, I walk the city. Watches have a cold one, it ma walk the country. We out a GT, but everybody know we run the country. Like I say, we out a GT. And we get the GT money. Some are DJ and some are singer.
And when you check them out, you find them a small timer.
We are DJ and we are singer.
And when they check we out, them find we a big timer.
Now the time has come and you must show them we know.
So listen to we music and go dance by your toe.
They couldn't touch me no matter how they try.
So if them say they rank with me, I lie, them I lie.
Come Mr. Patcha, rock this I want, Come Mr. Patcha, beg your rock and come on,
Come Cracker Jack, sing this ya one. After this ya one, you do it one by one.
We out a GT, but and everybody know we run the country. We out a GT, but and everybody know we run the country. Lord, we out a GT, but and we got the GT money.
But we just rum dance all and we pop party. Kapanch and Cracker Jack, we in a category. And anything we do, the radio station have a play. Cause people in the party just a ball, hooray. We from GT and then we love ladies. And them rush we when we come a party. But look, we jump on your mic, we make your party alright. I read them while we sing it, make you bubble and think.
We out a GT, but and everybody know we run the country. Lord, we out a GT, but and we get the GT money. I saw me bound to grow, me say, in a presence. Since I was a youth, I was a ram dance man. Bound to grow in a Victoria. In Granny say, boy, you better be a singer. Have a house. Me say in a presence, watches have a house of Victoria back dam. Have a mini bus, I walk the city. Watches have a cold one, it ma walk the country. We out a GT, but everybody know we run the country. Like me say we out a GT, and we get the GT money. Some are DJ and some are singer.
And when you check them out, you find them a small timer.
We are DJ and we are singer.
And when they check we out, them find we a big timer.
Now the time has come and you must show them we know.
So listen to we music and go dance by your toe.
They couldn't touch me no matter how they try.
So if them say they rank with me, I lie, them I lie.
Come Mr. Patcha, rock this I want, Come Mr. Patcha, beg your rock and come on,
Come Cracker Jack, sing this ya one. After this ya one, you do it one by one.
We out a GT, but and everybody know we run the country. Lord, we out a GT, but and we get the GT money. Come and say, Banda grow, miss.
Yes, my name is Justity Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data. I have none.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
Hey fans, it's karaoke and oldies night this and every Thursday at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton. Dance to the magical songs of yesteryear by popular DJs and Camps Audio. Admission is free. Come out, let's make memories at Club Twilight Sideline Dam, Buxton North.
Sometimes I wonder why our operator Lemon plays that. I don't want to repeat the words at all, but we have never seen someone who occupies, yes, that seat, that office behave in this manner. Who does this? Look.
How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready? Fuck, so let me go now. Hear me sing now. Body walk, body walk, body walk, body walk, truck, body walk, body walk, body walk.
And it is not funny at all that some people look at this sort of commonness, so to speak. Look, my dad's like, I'm getting up there in age. I don't know when was the last time I do a kind of like a bubble in and a bubble session and so forth. Reminds me of the days at Starlight Ballroom, right? Some of you won't remember Starlight Ballroom with a nice kanai in the hand and duck dance and anyways, this is a serious program. Good night to all of you. My name is Mark Benchap. Welcome to Straight Up. Share the link, please. I appreciate it. And let me just welcome all of you. I can't call all of your names, but if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you guys. If you have lost a loved one, let me just say condolences on behalf of all of us here at 107.1 FM. And for those, they got some big show coming up in Guyana, right? Some people from the U.S. going there to celebrate and to enjoy and probably other things too. You never know. But it is what it is, right? We're watching. We're keeping an eye on some individuals. We know what it's about. We know their modus operandi, mind you. All right, this is Straight Up. We don't miss anything. We don't miss a beat. We don't miss a piece of information. All right, so enough said of that, and let's move on in tonight's program. Lots of things happening in Guyana, lots of bad things happening, and the regime seems to be turning a blind eye. Things are not just happening in Brooklyn that we're going to just be fixated on Brooklyn. Brooklyn has an issue. It will be resolved, and the people of Brooklyn will get their community back. There will be no disrespect in the community there. So that is what this is about. It's all about, this show is about peace. It's about love. It's about unity. Anybody who disagrees with that, something is wrong with them. Like in Guyana, you say like, who was it? There's a reggae singer called, Elephant Man, not sick, head not good, right? Some of those who want to invite the oppressors into Brooklyn, I say this with Elephant Man's voice, not sick, head not good, not sick, head not good. We'll get back to that shortly, right? And so what is happening in Guyana? Still blockout upon blockouts upon blockouts. Not so long ago, guess what? We heard from these Nimakarams. Speaking of Nimakarams, the other day, Jack Deal, of all persons, the saddlehead, said that, people calling names, they like to call those who skip over and hop over and all these things, and who's a house slave and blah, blah, blah. Those are their words. That's what they say. And Jack Deal sat there, saddlehead, the butcher from Unity, sat there and pretend as though he's some sort of an angel, right? And Moonshine, sorry, thank you so much, Debbie Collins. Moonshine, Saddlehead. He has a lot of names. Saddlehead. Sorry about that. Bilal, assalamu alaikum, right? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. I'll have to show off a little bit of Arabic, right? So, and so he said that he doesn't know, and people calling people names. And what about the times when he called, who is it? Moses Nagamutu. He called another guy out from Borbies there. He called Ramjatan, Nimakaram, their Katahar, their Korhi, their Chamar, their Tede Kabur, Nanika Chodor, Kalandeke, whatever else you guys, those who understand that know what follows. Tede Kabur, Nanika Chodor, Kalandeke, Deke. You know what follows after that, right? All sort of names he called those guys. That they know good, that this, that that. And suddenly he sits there pretending as though he's so concerned that he doesn't do these things. Oh, Father, help that nation. And for those of you who see it as a quick hustle, as a little money got make, when you know what hit the fan, you know what can happen? It's people like us, y'all, run to for help and highlight situation and all manner of things, right? So those of you who believe that you're going to sell out your community, you're going to sell out Brooklyn, you're going to sell out Alboyston, you're going to sell out Linden, we're watching you guys, And not only we are watching you guys, some of them are on the wanted list, the U.S. law enforcement wanted list. They are being watched. Okay, hey, sorry, 16 minutes after 9 o'clock. You know what's the other thing? The other thing is this. They spoke about the blockout the other day. Saddlehead and Klongman, who was in Brooklyn, a few folks who invited. And this invitation to Brooklyn is kind of big, They get some of them behind the scene. And, they feel that money got make and they can control certain things in Brooklyn, and that is why Irfan Ali was encouraged to go to Brooklyn, right? Because money got make. All right, we watching. But look, this guy, Nandalal, Irfan Ali and Jack Deere, they said heads gonna roll. I wonder when they say heads gonna roll, what really they meant by that. Because the management team is still there at GPL. What exactly Irfan meant when he said heads gonna roll? Okay, don't tell me, guys. When he said heads gonna roll, he meant it.
How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready? Folks, let me go now. Hear me sing now. Body walk, everything. Body walk, truck. Body walk, everything.
I guess that is what he meant by heads gonna roll. Heads gonna roll where? The management team is still there. Blackout is rampant. Every single day, blackout upon blackout upon blackout upon blackout. And who cares? Nobody cares, really. Some of the people in Region 11 don't care, and you guys know where Region 11 is, right? They don't care. Because what? Money got make. We ain't care but no struggle, according to them. Money got make. Right? Some of them thinking about going on in GT. They do little investment there because money got make. And so regardless of what, You throw your people under the bus. You divide up the Brooklyn community. You divide up All Boys Town. You divide up Linden. You divide up Sophia, all in the name Moniga Mek. And then here they excuse these folks. And the coalition, what the coalition did, I don't know why some of them just don't become a Dede. For those who know who Dede is on the quarantine, why they just can't become a Dede and done. Because, look, I know Dede since a little boy growing up, and it was the only Dede, and it was the first Dede. Nobody knew of any other Dede on the quarantine back in those days. Y'all know what I mean, right? Dede is his name, right? Some of them are like Dede. They're worse than Dede because money got Mek, right? Cracker Jack and Patches should just make a song, Money got Mek. Money got Mek. I don't know. You're right, Paula Haynes. Selfish people. Worse than selfish people. And then when the stuff hit the fan, they start complaining, they cry like a babe. Oh, Ben Shops is bad. Ben Shop is dividing our community. Duh. Like my daughter would say, duh, right? All right. So what else is happening? It's Tuesday. Lots of problems in Guyana. It's not going away. The people who have been evicted, their stalls and everything just broken down. Who is providing any sort of justice for these people? Who is going to compensate them? The chaps who haul in money got Mek? You think they care? You think they give a damn? They never care. All they're concerned about is money got Mek. And some of them going to complain quietly and publicly that the APNU ain't do nothing for them. And so they just got to go and get a little soup right now from these oppressors. But who is providing any sort of compensation for these people? Dozens of them lost their livelihoods as a result of a racist and corrupt regime who doesn't care about the ordinary citizens of Guyana, but more so, they just don't give a damn about persons of African descent. They just don't care. So I don't want any wishy-washy individual say that Ben Shop dividing the people in Brooklyn. Wishy-washy. That is what it's about. And I'm not going to accept that at all. Share the link, tag them, let them know, let some of the wishy-washy know that it's going to be no retreat, no surrender. We cannot surrender and give up our community to the oppressors. The oppressors want to move in, as they have done in some areas in Guyana, to control. Once they can control you, they believe that that is it. And they have some Uncle Toms and some house slaves are in that process of ensuring that they control you. They control the narrative. They control the message. And when they can't do that, they're going to brand you all sort of things. But not me. I have been there, done that in the trenches, and I'm not bothered or worried by anybody who feel that one phone call, just one phone call they could make. Everybody can make one phone call. I am not going to take any threats, none from anybody, from no lagu-bagu and from no flatfoot hustler. It is not going to happen. I agree with our Aileen Griffith Norton Innes. Pressure bust pipe. Pressure bust more than pipe. In fact, pressure bust enough things. Enough things. And right now, pressure busting enough things.
How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready? Folks, let me go now. Hear me sing now. Body walk. Body walk. Body walk. Everything. Body walk. Truck. Body walk. Body walk. Body walk. Everything. Body. Listen.
Pressure bust nothings. Outside of that, the people are punishing in Guyana. But while the people are punishing and Irfan Ali and them are oppressing people in Guyana, regardless of their race, we know what they do with the likes of Anti-Data and all. So this thing is not just confined to one race. But yes, we see how they're deliberately targeting persons of African descent. Deliberately. But they're also targeting and punishing our East Indian brothers and sisters who do not support them. And we've got to put a stop to that. It has got to stop by any and every legal means necessary. It has got to stop. And so I'm not bothered about if I am dividing the community for a justifiable cause and root out the bad elements, the sellouts and so forth, so be it.
Yeah, my name is Justity Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
And that's correct. Auntie Data said, no. How many of you guys can say that as fast as Auntie Data? No. That simply means no more. Never again. So if you're in a train wherever you are right now, you can even type it right here. Those of you who are watching. No. Are we going to vote for the PPP? No. It means they're not going to vote for the PPP. No. Thank you so much, Auntie Data. No. If you can spell it, you can type it. No. Auntie Datas and others are not going to vote for the PPP. No. Right, Michael Reed? No. We just love that, right? I know them people run George, don't care. I said, no. Y'all know the Hazel Johnson, don't come with no more. You're taking the easy way out. It's no. Sorry. No. Faye Ann Strap. Hello, watch it now. As a Brooklyn resident, I'm not that. And then she'll lick out your tongue. That's gullible people there on Church Avenue. Hey, leave Church Avenue alone. I love Church Avenue. Lots of my friends have businesses on Church Avenue. The smart ones. They know what's going on, right? Faye, they know what's going on. So Faye, you're part of this lunch too. I got a lot of lunch people that I'm taking to lunch right there in Brooklyn on Church Avenue, on Utica Avenue. I know where I'm not going, but I know where I'll be taking you guys. No. All right, what else it is that, oh yeah, before I forget. Bilal Muhammad, you're flashing things. All right, before I forget. Now let's go back. You know, some of the folks who were part of Irfan Ali's entourage, they were there in Brooklyn. We saw them. We know who they are. Again, the community was disrespected. And these individuals, I don't mean to be a broken record. We got at some point in time, whether it's still next year, whether they want to drag this out till next year, we're going to drag it out. But let me just say this to you guys, right? And people who want to, some of them behind the scene and they're talking and they're throwing fuel and all that kind, we know who they are. But this thing started since last year. The planning of taking Irfan Ali to Brooklyn was since last year, guys. So I don't know who people are fooling. Since last year. We got to remind them that we love Brooklyn. Guyana love Brooklyn. We are, I believe, the third largest voting bloc in Brooklyn, in New York. And we got to realize, and we got to stand strong as a people to ensure that our contributions in whatever way must be respected. People can't invade us just like that. But let me go and show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. This was at a meeting in Queens over 8 months ago. Y'all realize y'all recognize anybody? If y'all recognize anybody, let me know, and y'all will see where I'm heading with this. If y'all recognize anybody, just say, yeah, or no more, whatever y'all want to say. You see? Fideli, okay. Fideli Albert, how are you doing? Y'all recognize anybody? This wasn't recent. This was last year. Last year. Sorry that I have to pronounce it like last year. Abida Monroe said, yeah, right? Rowena Williams, yeah, right? So take a look. I'm going to get to the point just now. Take a look. This was last year. Take a look. This was last year in Queens. Look who the MC was. Claire Patterson Mona. Claire Patterson Mona. I believe she is the head of the Guyana Cultural Association or something. I don't know whether she's the head or whatever, but she's one of the directors at Kings County Hospital, I believe. And of course, you know, he did a walkthrough at Kings County Hospital. A walkthrough at Kings County Hospital. She did a walkthrough at Kings County Hospital with Irfan Ali. Just to set the record straight, I'm not sure that I've ever met Claire. I could be wrong, but we have very, very, very little conversation, if at all, about anything. And just in the interest of transparency, I want you guys to know that Claire Patterson is my paternal late grandmother, Zeralyn Isola Benskop Ne Patterson from Kildonan Village on the Quarantine. She happens to be my late grandmother, my late paternal grandmother, great niece, I believe, whatever the connection is. You know, people is always disowned. They don't want nothing to do with me. They would never admit publicly that we are related. They would never admit that publicly. But I just wanted to, in the interest of transparency, you know, I'm very transparent with you guys. And so this meeting was held in Queens last year in Queens. And Claire Patterson Mona was the MC. Claire Patterson Mona was also part of the entourage in Brooklyn last Friday. Now, this meeting took place when again? It was in Queens. Look, 7 months ago. Look at the setting. It was a town hall meeting. Well put together. They went into the community, respect the community, but yet they could not have done that in Brooklyn. According to Irfan Ali, based on his actions, Brooklyn, the people, the Guyanese in Brooklyn don't deserve this kind of setting. They don't deserve this kind of setting at all. So they just wanted to do a big walkthrough. And disrespect the people in Brooklyn. And because we are objecting to it, they vex. Because as the man, woman in the streets would say, we bust the bag or we cutting up the runnings. Now, this was since last year. And I want to let you guys know some more. Let's go to this event. Look at it. It's Queens, but yet Brooklyn could not have had such a meeting. Nothing is wrong with if Irfan Ali and his folks have a decent, respectable public meeting so that Guyanese who are feeling the squeeze and they're being discriminated, their loved ones back home, can have an opportunity to address him directly. Who wants to protest outside? Protest. But no, the disrespect of the people in Brooklyn. Disrespect. Now here, let us go to this meeting here, and you guys will see exactly where I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. Let's go to that meeting. You will hear some of the people there.
So we'll take the next question. Okay, go ahead. I have a question from Tangerine Thought.
Welcome to New York, and I want to say thank you so much for the amazing work you do. I was so impressed with all of the meetings that you attended at the United Nations General Assembly and the things you're doing in Guyana. You just mentioned that kids are being screened. I wrote an article in my paper about that.
All right, you guys heard this before she began with her question or whatever. Listen, I want you guys to listen again. Please listen, and you'll understand what is happening and what has happened in Brooklyn.
Okay, go ahead. I have a question from Tangerine Clark.
Welcome to New York, and I want to say thank you so much for the amazing work you do. I was so impressed with all of the meetings that you attended at the United Nations General Assembly and the things you're doing in Guyana. You just mentioned that.
You heard there, right? She is so impressed with all the things he do in Guyana. So impressed with all the things he does in Guyana. She's impressed. She's so impressed, right? Racial discrimination, political discrimination. People's businesses are being bulldozed. People's lands are being taken away. People are discriminated because of their political affiliation. No jobs, no nothing. But yet, she is so impressed by all the things he's doing in Guyana. Oh, Father. Let's continue, Lemon.
Kids are being screened. I wrote an article in my paper about that from the New York hospital. I was wondering, is there an initiative in place to protect kids in Guyana when they're going to school? I just came back from Guyana, and there were so many kids at these bus stops waiting on the mini buses. The mini buses are dangerous and vile. How can the Ministry of Education partner with the government?
Before, she wants the Ministry of Education to partner with the government. How can the Ministry of Education partner with the government when the Ministry of Education is part of the government? Y'all understand where this is coming from, guys. But she's asking a question, but not realizing that under the coalition government, they have school buses throughout the country, Borbies, Demerara, Linden, in the interior, Bartica. But as soon as these Pacus got into office, they scrapped every single thing. I wonder if Tangerine Clark knows that. But let's get back, Lemon. Let's get back.
Government to get school buses for kids free in every city and every...
Free. But she's not going to remind them and say, well, hey, wait a minute. The coalition under President David Otagraja had that. And this Nimakaram that stands there, Irfan Ali, this Nimakaram, Irfan Ali, and all of them sitting there, and none of them, they're stifling their conscience. They are depriving thousands of young people, thousands of parents an opportunity to send their kids to school free of cost, just as the coalition government did. But let's go ahead, Lemon.
Region. That would be wonderful, Mr. President. Again, thank you.
All right, so let me address the first two. National Award, I'm full support with you. Then you don't have to bring it back. It will happen. It will happen. The second thing is, you guys give her a nice round of applause, right? If we bring back public transportation, I have to deal with about 10,000 families at a minimum who own private minibuses, who will say you're taking away their income.
Y'all listen to the excuse, right? Listen to the excuse from this Paku who sits there as a so-called president.
Who will say that you're taking away their livelihood. That is the difference between a thought and the complexity of leadership.
But listen for a second. Let's take a look. What do you think is going through Claire Patterson's mind? This man is lying. This man is filled with propaganda. What is going through Claire Patterson, Mona? What is going through her mind? How could she stand there and listen to the lies and the propaganda by this guy and then they're going to smile. And then they're going to come around us and smile like all is well. And that people in Brooklyn have to open their arms and hug them, open their kitchen doors and hug them, and sit and stand and watch them clap roti while a big pot is open. How dare some of these people? Let's continue though.
Thank you. So we'll go to there's a gentleman in this row who's had his.
Thank you. There's a gentleman in this row. Okay.
You know what? Instead of you guys having to
Now take a look at this setting. Take a look, guys, at this setting. Take a good look. Why is it Irfan Ali, if he was serious and if he respects the people of Brooklyn, why is it that the people of Brooklyn could not have gotten the same respect that the people of Queens had last September? Ask yourselves this question. Why? Why he believes, Irfan Ali believes that he can just walk into Brooklyn with the help of, some of those folks and just stand up on the street and gaff. Just gaff. And then walk in somebody's kitchen and clap their roti, break a piece and say, Coach, take this. And look at what's, do we see this sort of treatment in Queens? The answer to that is no. We do not see that. But look at Queens. And look how he respects those residents out there in Queens. But not Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn at all. You guys see where I'm coming from with this. But let's continue, please. Let's continue. You'll hear what's going on.
to walk around, just make one line in the middle here, and you ask the question. So, and let me say this.
The question is only 60 seconds. If you're making a statement, 60 seconds.
All right. All right, let me say something.
Y'all see what's going on? I know y'all heart beating. Like they have a song. They got some kind of oldie song. I used to hear it when I was a little boy. Donkey years ago. It goes something, y'all heart beating, right? Your heart or something, but my heart is beating. My heart is beating. Right? Y'all listen what's going on here, guys. Y'all heart beating. Well, the guy who's about to ask a question there, I've known him a while. Curtis. Let's hear what Curtis has to say. There we go.
Before that. So I just asked Marcia to give me a review of all the issues that I asked you guys to raise with her. Because those who have personal issue, raise it with her. I give you that opportunity.
All right. Marcy is the one there with that Apple, whatever, whether it's iPad or whatever. Marcy is Manzoor Nadir's daughter. Manzoor Nadir is the speaker, supposedly the speaker of the National Assembly. The speaker of the National Assembly. She is part of, I believe, Go Invest. And so you'll hear what's going on here now. Y'all, let Curtis ask the question and then he move on because we ain't really focusing on Curtis. But Curtis has a question.
From what I've seen, 60% of all the issues that were raised relate to NIS.
All right, look at this guy there with a Gucci shirt on. He is Dave Singh. He lives in the same compound where Priya Manikchan lives. And I believe that he bought that house from Priya Manikchan for almost $1 million. So we're seeing what's going on here now. If Dave is watching, hey, Dave, good night. But let's continue.
So here's what we're going to do. By the first week of next month, I will send a team from NIS with a database at the consulate office to work for 3 days to deal with all the NIS problems in the diaspora.
Yes. So they sent a team with taxpayers' money. You ask those people whose names they collected. You ask those people if they heard back anything from that so-called NIS team, that they just splashed through Brooklyn, splashed through Queens, and then NIS is almost broke. They steal the people's money from NIS. Jack Dave did that when he was quote-unquote president. They stole the people's money from NIS and gave it to his friends and cronies to build the Berbice River Bridge, private investment. But now they're going down to Brooklyn, right? They're going down to Brooklyn and Queens to take people's names that they're going to help them with NIS, and like thieves in the night, they disappeared. No help for the people. It was just a propaganda. It was staged. Now, let's continue, please.
They will come and they'll deal with all the NIS problem for 3 days. So we're going to advertise that and we're going to put that in place. Okay? But
Okay, stated.
Curtis Chance. Thank you, Mr.
Sorry. The second most raised issue is land for business. Well, you have to buy that.
Now, you guys are hearing this insult, right? The second most raised topic is land for business. Y'all there in the audience at that meeting there in Queens last year. Y'all hear what this Nimakaram Irfan had to say? Y'all got to buy land. Y'all got to pay for y'all land. But yet, Qatari Hotel and all these people, they're getting free land to do every single thing. But they want to insult Guyanese, whether in Queens or whether in Brooklyn, to say, y'all got to buy land. Y'all don't come and stripness, y'all got to buy land. But we know the majority of people who got to buy land are of African descent. Let's not run away with it. Let's not beat around the bush. But let's give Curtis Chance an opportunity to ask his question. Go ahead, Curtis.
The government don't run a real estate. If you come here and you want to go business, you don't have to buy the land. Good. So that's an easy solution. That's on you. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening once again. Thanks for coming, taking time out from your busy schedule to come bring us up to speed with what's going on at that. I had a few questions, but being that you said that it's only one question, I am planning to remigrate to Guyana after living here for 45 years. And
Okay. I know it's dinner time, but you don't have to demonstrate it.
Recently, I applied for land here, and the process seems to be a very long one. My question is, what is being done to streamline that process with our slots so that I can speed up my return to Guyana?
All right, very easy. I'll have a team sent to you a list of all the land for sale by the real estate agent. You want to speed it up?
I bought land already,
okay,
but I've not been able to access it to do what I need to do.
Okay, so you want infrastructure?
I'm ready to build.
Yeah, where is it? Where?
Region 10. I'm in this one.
No, man, you can access the Venus board.
It hasn't been. I can show you.
Okay. Next. So,
okay, guys. Anybody?
Give it to Marcia.
Anybody has any question on a land, house land sale? Please see Marcia Weir.
The guy in that burgundy tie skipped Guyana after allegedly beating up a woman, I believe in a supermarket at Bath Settlement. His name is Ossie Rogers. He assaulted, according to police report, another incident. He assaulted, I believe, a teenager. He was remanded to prison. When Aubrey Norton was in Queens for a town hall meeting, he, along with others, and he works at the Guyana consulate, protested, and they proper go on bad, but they were actually chased in Queens. So I just thought I'd bring you to speed, up to speed as to who that individual is. Don't be fooled by that burgundy tie. Don't be fooled. Oh, wait a minute. I think we should take a break. How many of you, because the other person there, y'all know that person is about to ask a question. I think we should take a break. How many of you think we should take a quick break? How many of you? How many of you, please let me get your response. Y'all want to take a quick break? Drink some water and come back and let we mind we own business? What y'all want us to do? Tell me. Y'all want to hear right away? No breaks? Some people say, yeah, we should take a break, right? No break. All right, no break. All right, then I got you guys. I got you covered. No break. You guys say no break. All right. Since y'all said no break, then it's no break.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
All right, so I accidentally took that break for you guys. Now we gotta hear what's, and this, mind you, this was since last year, September 21st, last year. Let's get down. Let's hear what the proprietress of the, the Hills restaurant, the proprietress of the Hills restaurant. We've got to hear. And now this event was since September of last year. Come on, Lemon, let's get the ball rolling.
Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Doris Rodney, the owner of the Hills restaurant in Brooklyn. We would love to see you in Brooklyn as a president of Guyana. We don't only want to see you in Queens. We have people in Brooklyn who are waiting to welcome you. So, sir, I know you're busy.
I promise you.
Please.
I promise you.
Even if you gotta come to the Hills, we will welcome you. I
promise you I'll come to the Hills and the Valley. You will see me. I will come.
I just want to say I went to Guyana 2 months ago. And the roads, the East Bank Road from Georgetown to Tamari. I live in Sustack. That's where I reside. The roads, the traffic, it's horrible. And I know you're doing your best, but if while we're doing the infrastructure, I know everything is moving fast at a pace, but while we're building our country, people are dying. I was petrified. I was praying to come back to America without getting myself hurt in any accidents and so forth. So please do something with those sand trucks. Those big, humongous trucks.
Okay, that is the consequence of development.
Yes, I know.
We can't stop it, but we have to enforce the laws.
Thank you.
And you see, all of us have a responsibility here. Because many people allow their 17-year-old child, their 21-year-old.
Okay, so forget it. Irfan Ali was very dismissive, but I want you guys again to listen what transpired, listen to the question, and then fast forward to the recent meeting in Brooklyn. You've got to fast forward. It appears, in my opinion, that is, it appears that this was in the making. Since last year, the question that Doris raised there is like, Irfan, you do not go to Brooklyn. Go to Brooklyn. The people of Brooklyn will welcome you. Really? I don't know. Let's go back again. I don't know if are we watching? Are we thinking the same thing, guys? Let's go again.
Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Doris Rodney, the owner of the Hills restaurant in Brooklyn. We would love to see you in Brooklyn as a president of Guyana. We don't only want to see you in Queens. We have people in Brooklyn are waiting to welcome you. So, sir, I know you're busy.
I promise you.
Please.
I promise you.
Even if you gotta come to the hills, we will welcome you. I
promise you I'll come to the hills and the valley. You will see me. I will come.
I just want to say I went to Guyana 2 months ago. And the roads, the East Bank Road from Georgetown to Tamari. I live in Sustack. That's where I reside. The roads, the traffic, it's horrible. And I know you're doing your best, but if while we're doing the infrastructure, I know everything is moving fast at a pace, but while we're building our country, people are dying. I was petrified. I was praying to come back to America without getting myself hurt in any accident and so forth. So please do something with those sand trucks, those big, humongous trucks.
Okay, that is the consequence of development.
Yes, I know.
We can't stop it.
That is the consequence of development. Lopsided work, lopsided infrastructure work is the consequence of development. Who this goat Irfan Ali is talking to? But anyways, I'll check your comments. What you guys thought of what you just saw there and what happened in Brooklyn recently. You saw, you heard for yourselves. You know what's going on. But yet, they barged into Brooklyn and people must clap. People must accept them. And because people are rejecting Irfan Ali's visit in large numbers, because I can put my head on the block that 99% of the Guyanese residing in Brooklyn do not agree or do not approve of Irfan Ali walking through Brooklyn the way he did. They would have preferred to have probably not him visiting at all, or a town hall meeting where people would get a chance to express their views and to possibly protest outside. But no, they didn't want that at all. And so Jack Dale felt that Irfan Ali, felt that he could walk through and disrespect people's business in Brooklyn. And he did. And so he walked through with the help of some individuals there. Walked through with the help of some individuals in order to disrespect the community. Those who enabled him to do that, they need to have an urgent meeting with members of the community and apologize to that community. They just don't need to jump up and cry crocodile tears and try to make me look I'm the one who to be blamed for what's going on in Brooklyn. And Ben Chap is dividing Brooklyn. You know, you got to stop with that now. We have to nip this in the bud. Because what they have done is they basically encourage the likes of a Jermaine Figueroa to write his nonsense. He doesn't know what is happening. In fact, when I had a personal chat with Jermaine Figueroa, he did say to me, at least during that conversation, that Mark, I now understand the problem. Well, if you didn't understand the problem and jumped into it, believing that we are just after these people's businesses for personal reasons and that we shouldn't have done that, well, then these folks who enable, I don't know who planned what or whatever, but according to Claire Patterson Mona, she didn't deny the fact that she was, they discussed this issue about going to Brooklyn with Irfan Ali the night before. They discussed that the night before. Whoever they are, she needs to tell the public who they are. And so don't let people go into your community there in Brooklyn and lie to you guys about what really transpired. And it is my view that individuals who may have a political agenda, individuals who might, obviously, they have this monigamic mentality, and others, they thought that they would use this opportunity to walk Irfan Ali into Brooklyn, take some photographs, and then they are happy. Why they're happy? Because of the photographs and the photo ops, and PPP is going to make it into a political campaign ad, which is what Irfan Ali did almost immediately thereafter. And the few of those individuals expect us to sit by and allow that to happen and accept it. And because we refuse to accept it, now they're trying to pretend as though they are now the victims. The victims of what? Can somebody tell me? The victims of what? Because we refuse to allow you guys to hijack a community and take it and put it in the hands of an oppressor, a racist, these guys who are discriminating against your own people back in Guyana? No, 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 no. It is not going to happen. And any one of those MPs or so-called officials in the APNU, and we have seen Jermaine Figueroa, he rushed out with a statement, a long letter that makes no sense, none whatsoever. They have fallen into the trap under the hands of Mark Phillips and the PPP when they came out to do that. Another guy named Sandy did just that. Whose trap? Who set the trap that they're falling into? It is those who enable Irfan Ali to go to Brooklyn and disrespect the people of Brooklyn. There will be more. And those are the very ones who are going to come out and say, Ben Chap is wrong. Ben Chap is bitter. Oh, Ben Chap is bitter. Ben Chap is bitter. That's what they would say. They would want to give you that impression that this is personal. Maybe it is, because you can disrespect the Brooklyn community and not expect people to stand up and fight back. Who is Irfan Ali that he could walk right through Brooklyn? There was no justification to invite Irfan Ali to Brooklyn. No justification at all. Only a handful of folks who would benefit from this. Some of them who whispered into Irfan Ali's ears, some of them who may want something personal back in Guyana, and some of them who say Moniga-mek. That is what this is about. It is not about community, and then they want you to feel guilty. Here why they want you to feel guilty. That Ben Chap is wrong, others are wrong. We had no right to stand up for the people of Brooklyn. Nobody determines that to me. When and how and where I should stand up. But Jermaine Figueroa, you don't see him talking about the injustices in Linden. You don't see him going in front of the school, Bamia School, I believe. He doesn't go there to say that the school must be done and children in Linden have been deprived of a proper education, crowded classrooms and so forth. He doesn't speak. They don't speak out about those sort of things. It's like it's none of their business. But a matter happened 5,000+ miles away, in Brooklyn, New York. Jermaine Figueroa, just because he wants to appease the PPP, he jumps on a stage, Troy Nati aside, and he wants to make it feel as though the boycott is wrong. And he used the word stupid. Well, you know what is stupid, Jermaine Figueroa? Your silence about all the injustices happening in your region, number 10. That you stay quiet, you have nothing to say, and you ignore the plight of the people in Region 10. That's what's stupid, Jermaine. You don't see these guys going into Kokwani and talk to the people. You don't see them highlighting the problems. You don't see them protesting. You have a bunch of people invaded Mackenzie Sports Ground. If it wasn't for the likes of Apostle London and so forth, you wouldn't hear anything. But yet he wants to, 5,000 miles away, till in Brooklyn. Was he speaking as an MP, a member of parliament, or was he speaking on his own behalf? That's another question. If he spoke on his own behalf, then fair enough. But he cannot be speaking as an MP because it's none of his goddamn business. And then he's talking about remittances and remittances, my head. Don't come with no sorry story, but remittances. You don't even know what's going on. You all about remittances. You know, Jermaine, there are people like us who voted for you. Yep, left here and voted for you. Don't disrespect us. Don't disrespect us. There's some businesses in Linden that should be boycotted because of their stupidity of being in bed with the oppressors and oppressing people in Linden. But you're not going to address that. I wonder what was your position when there was a widespread boycott against Kashif and Shanghai that crippled that organization. I wonder what was your position when there was a call for protest of hits and jams. You probably you sat in the fence, 1 foot here and 1 foot there. Well, you know what has happened when you sit on the fence, 1 foot here and 1 foot there. You know what has happened? It has bust your way, bust you, split you up. Shame on you guys, man. Shame on you guys. But I say kudos to the people of Brooklyn who are standing strong in the face of an assault on their community, an invasion in their community. Again, this is not about money got mek. Money got mek. And therefore you sell out an entire community. And then in order to cry the crocodile tears, they always go back. What the coalition? What the APNU do? APNU do nothing, and they will APN. It sounds so silly. What the APNU did in less than 3 years is far more than what the PPP did in the 23 years of ruining Guyana with drugs upon drugs, kilos upon kilos, tons upon tons of cocaine being shipped out of the country under the PPP regime. Is that what some of them mean when they say money got mek? Is that what they mean? When was the last time some of them going Guyana for they got a big show going on there, right? They should take a walk. They should listen to the cries and the concerns of the people. Drugs in almost every community. And we know those communities destroying the young people. Young people are being jailed in the hundreds. Nobody's concerned about them. There's no jobs. There's nothing. But yet there are people who say to Irfan Ali that they respect and they use the word we and that they love him and that he is welcome in Brooklyn anytime. Well, let him go back to Brooklyn. Let him announce, or any one of them in the regime, and any one of those who enabled him to go to Brooklyn, let them do it again. Let them invite him to Brooklyn again. And let them announce it ahead of time. And those in New Jersey can try it as well. Let them do it. There will be mass protest against him. Mass protest. People are upset. And people want answers. Outside of answers, they want equal rights and justice across the board. That is what they want. They want their constitutional rights to be respected. They want to have the freedom of political choice, the freedom to speak. Not when they have a political choice that is different from the PPP. Their businesses in Guyana are being boycotted. How many of those enablers in Brooklyn would go on their Facebook Live and talk about those sort of things? You know how many businesses are suffering as a result of boycott by the PPP regime? You know how many people containers are being hijacked and held as hostage at GRA because they are not close to the PPP. You know how many businesses have shut down in Guyana because the PPP told their supporters, don't support? So don't let them come to you and cry the crocodile tears. But, oh, it is wrong, and these people are divisive, they're this, they're that. Hypocrites. PPP hypocrites. But you're not going to hear from the likes of a Jermaine Figueroa and Sandy and these people, these hypocrites. You're not going to hear that they have boycotted black contractors, black businessmen, African Guyanese businessmen, to be politically correct. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear that they're taking away lands from mainly persons of African descent. You're not going to hear that from a Jermaine Figueroa or a Sandy and these guys. You're not going to hear that. We've got to be careful with people who are purporting to be speaking on our behalf or our community behalf. This has nothing to do with sending a couple barrels back home. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with respect and dignity for your community. And if you throw respect and dignity aside for Moniga Mek, but something is wrong with you. Moniga Mek. No, most of us will reject that. Respect the community, and money will make during that process. Don't put aside respect and dignity because you got to make money. And some of you are vexed because we have taken the position and call for a boycott of certain businesses, not all businesses in Brooklyn. And if you guys continue, and these are some of the guys who probably don't understand the struggle, can they see that this thing has taken on a life that could possibly get out of control and spread into other states and other business ventures? Can they see this? That people, the majority of people in Brooklyn, are ready to stand strong and to support any form of boycott. The people are serious this time around. Y'all don't come with crocodile tears. Y'all don't talk about threats who could one phone call could make a... Hey, if it's one person don't believe in that. I've been through all of that. In a struggle on the ground against a murderous regime. Stood up against commissioners of police, drug lords, read my lips, drug lords, death squad members. So I don't want anybody to, in a subtle way, talk about one phone call. That doesn't work. Everybody can make one phone call. It's not confined to one. Everybody can make one phone call. And so again, I say to you, all of you beautiful people who are watching, some who are peeping, Irfan Ali cannot disrespect the people of Brooklyn and go to Queens and show off. Nice setting. Take a look at the setting. Take a look at the setting, guys. Take a look. Take a look. Look what's going on. Let's find it. Take a look at the setting. Take a look at what's going on. People get an opportunity to ask their questions, but no, not Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn. Let me hear what this person talking about.
Understand? God bless you, uncle.
You see? But not Brooklyn. Look, the other guy till at the back skinning his teeth. This guy, yeah, I'll zoom in on him. I think I know him. But let's see. Look, this is Queens. This is Queens. Y'all see Queens, right? Y'all see Queens. This is Brooklyn. Just walk about and whatever else in Brooklyn, right? And not only that, you invade them people's restaurant. Now, Irfan, they walk in the people's restaurant, took pictures They draw a picture, as we would say, cameras rolling live on Facebook. This is what the owners of this restaurant should be talking about, the invasion of their business. And look at it, it's all over social media, live and direct when Irfan walked into those business. Maybe Doris liked that as she invited him to the hills and so forth. And when people are inviting people into a community, they should respect other leaders within that community and discuss it. No one individual has that authority to invite Irfan or any oppressor into a community without first informing those who are or have some sort of leadership position within the community. The community should not be hijacked by a few. I do think also that Claire Patterson Mona should apologize. We don't know what was the purpose of the visit at Kings County Hospital. And I've seen some comments earlier that people are calling for a protest in front of Kings County Hospital. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Maybe we should plan a protest as early as possible because we need answers. Guys, this thing is not going to be swept under the rug. We need answers. Let the crocodile tears not force you guys into believing that you are doing something wrong or I am doing something that's wrong. We have a community. We have an entire community to protect. And it ought not to be hijacked by a few. In a struggle, there will always be a position of strength and principle, and we must stand by that. There will be some folks, remember, I noticed some folks talking about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. never do this, and they don't know what transpired. You cannot support people who support the oppressors. And they cannot embrace the oppressors, hug up the oppressors, and then come back and want to hug we up and shake we hand. Wait, like we dotish hour, like we stupid hour, like we in your sense, like we gonna throw down myself, like the song, Do What You Want? And they want the people of Brooklyn to spread out on the ground and say to them, do what you want with me. No. We are objecting to that. Claire Patterson Mona, if you're watching, you need to apologize to the community. Simple as that. James Richmond, if you're watching, you need to apologize to the entire Brooklyn community. They need to apologize. James Richmond, if you're watching, you need to apologize to the community. The Guyanese community in Brooklyn, they're hurt. They feel insulted. And this, for some folks, this is nothing personal coming from me. The people are hurt. James is my friend. And James has been my friend for over 30 years. James, you have wronged the community. You may be thinking that you mean well, but you have wronged the community, James, and you need to apologize as quickly as possible. Doris Rodney, I have known for over 20-something years, and she has some folks broadcasting live from her business, The Hills, insulting and calling names, people names, whether it's Simona Brooms, whether it's Burke, whether it's myself. Calling me names is like throwing water in ducks' back. You cannot expect a community to heal when you allow your minions to do that. At least it's not going to push me against the wall. Certainly not me. Doris needs to apologize to the community as well. Some may say that she did that. I didn't see it. The some who saw it, they said that it was posted on her page and it was removed. If it was posted, if it was done, and if it was removed, then why? Why was it removed? That's the question. Nobody wants to, as I'm seeing some crocodile tears by some people. And if you know Doris and who heard Doris and all the men who heard Doris, what happened to, that's BS. That's crap. That's kindergarten gaff. Now is not time for that, mind you. Doris just needs to apologize. Story done. Claire Patterson needs to apologize. Now let's go to this lady in the center there. Her name is Sharif Barker, sorry. Whatever role these folks play, whether they help to organize this trip or not, it's up to them to come to the public and say what role they played. Sharif Barker is the manager, I believe, for District 17 there in Brooklyn. She has to say whether this meeting was part of the board, District 17, or it was on her own behalf. Because the people in the district are asking questions. And these questions ought not to be shoved under the rug. They ought not to disrespect the community by thinking that this is going to disappear overnight and no answers. If we are to move forward, if we are to have dialogue, then they have to come to a point to say that the people in the community, the people are hurt. And the first step would be to say that they realize that the people are hurt, and we are going to make steps into correcting and into ensuring that their answers, Nothing is wrong with dialogue. Nothing is wrong with getting to the bottom of this, but it is not going to be shoved under the rug. It is not. It's not going to happen. And those who want to continue or who think they can be bullied or bully people, hear what? The protests may very well spread into other states and other business ventures. And so how they handle this situation will be an indication as to the way forward. Should it be resolved? I do believe in the interest of the community, not my interest, but the interest of the community. That's exactly what should happen. And it should happen as quickly as possible, because if it doesn't happen and they intend to stretch it out, well, this is going to be stretched out. And stop with the silly thing about PNC, this and Hussein Barrel. Everybody did something to contribute to their country. Some did a little, some did a little more than some, and some did a heck of a lot. Don't let a couple of barrels fool y'all. I've got to go. But always keep your beautiful country in mind. And remember, support those that support you. Also keep in mind that if you are neutral in a situation or in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. And some of them have chosen the side of the oppressor in the name of money ga mek. Money ga mek. Well, I tell you guys what, Guyana love Brooklyn. Guyanese love Brooklyn. And Brooklyn belongs to those who have made the sacrifices there. And they should never allow Irfan Ali or anyone to walk into their community and disrespect them. Ali has disrespected the people of Brooklyn. With that said, thank you all for watching this evening. I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. And God bless all of you, every single one of you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Namaste. And as you go to bed, you say a nice prayer, whether you read the Bhagavad Gita and you say Hindu mantra, Tumewa Mata Chaputa, Tumewa Bandu, or you read your scriptures, as it says in Ephesians 6:12, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness in high places. This struggle is about wickedness in high places, not about flesh and blood, because there might be some who look like us that are more dangerous than some who do not look like us. You know what I mean? So when some of you calling folks who do not look like us as Charandas, there's quite a few who look like us are worse than Charandas. Love you all. God bless you, and God bless the people of Brooklyn, and God bless our beautiful country, Guyana. God bless our country that we have adopted, United States of America. I'm out of here, guys. Peace, and remember, spend your money where you're respected. The boycott continues. Boycott is not a bad word. It is not the F word. It is the S word, survival. It is the R word, respect. You respect us so that we can survive. And once we survive, once you respect us, you will survive. So don't ever let anybody, the likes of a Jermaine Figueroa and a Sandy, they do not know what a struggle is. They do not understand the struggle. All they want to do is to appease the oppressors, just to have the oppressors say they are the different ones, that they are the nice ones. Boycott is a good word for a good cause. Do not be told otherwise. So long, guys.
Yeah, my name is Justity Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965, I become a voter, and I always place my X next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Basement level vibes with another one, straight up, blackness aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop, upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody.